What am I going to take away from 47 Ronin?
I would say that it's, fighting for one's home, one's honor, one's place.
Greatest revenge stories in history. It's the dishonor of being Ronin or masterless samurai.
Imagine waiting 2 long years, in silence, in disguise, with your honor torn apart, just for one single chance at revenge. This isn't a movie plot, it's real history. A tale of loyalty, betrayal, and ultimate sacrifice that shook Japan to its core. This is the story of the 47 Ronin, a group of samurai who turned into masterless warriors after their lord was forced to commit ritual suicide. But instead of giving up, they planned the most legendary act of revenge Japan has ever known. It's a story so powerful that it's been retold in books, plays, and films for over 300 years. A tale that captures what it truly means to live by honor over life. So, what really happened? Why did 47 men choose death over forgiveness? And what made this story echo through time as Japan's most famous revenge story? Let's dive into the incredible world of the 47 Ronin, the spark that started it all. Our story begins in 1701, during the Edo period of Japan, a time ruled by the shogun, when samurai loyalty was everything. A respected samurai lord named Asano Naganori was assigned to host and receive imperial envoys at the shogun's court in Edo Castle, modern-day Tokyo. To help him learn the correct court etiquette, he was guided by a senior official named Kira Yoshinaka. But Kira was no noble mentor. He was arrogant, greedy, and expected bribes and lavish gifts in return for his guidance. Asano, being a man of integrity, refused to play that game. Kira, insulted by this defiance, began humiliating Asano publicly, mocking him and pushing his patience to the breaking point. Until one day, Asano snapped. Inside the shogun's own palace, where violence was strictly forbidden, Asano drew his sword and attacked Kira, injuring him slightly. This act was seen as an unpardonable crime. Even though Kira survived, Asano was ordered to commit seppuku, ritual suicide, to restore his honor. In just one day, Asano lost his life, his family lost their estate, and his samurai became Ronin, masterless, dishonored warriors. But that was just the beginning. The Oath of Vengeance. Among Asano's loyal retainers was Oishi Kuranosuke, his chief advisor. When Asano died, Oishi and 46 others swore a secret oath. They would avenge their lord's death no matter what it took. But they faced a huge challenge. Kira was well protected, and the shogunate had eyes everywhere. Any sign of revenge would mean immediate execution. So Oishi devised a brilliant plan, one built on patience, deception, and honor. For almost 2 years, the Ronin scattered across Japan. Some became merchants, laborers, or monks. Oishi himself even pretended to have given up on revenge. He divorced his wife, sent his children away for safety, and started frequenting brothels and taverns, acting like a broken drunk. Kira's spies reported that Oishi had become a disgrace, and the authorities began to drop their guard. Behind this act, though, Oishi and his men were waiting, watching, and planning, gathering weapons, studying Kira's residence, and preparing for the night they would finally strike. For them, honor was worth more than life itself. The Night of Revenge. On a freezing night, December 14th, 1702, the Ronin moved under the cover of snow. Each man wore black and white, the colors of death and purity. They surrounded Kira's mansion in Edo, splitting into 2 groups, one attacking from the front, the other from the rear. They carried no banners, no emblems, just the symbol of Asano carved into their hearts. Kira's guards tried to fight back, but the Ronin were relentless and disciplined. They captured every guard and servant, ensuring no innocent blood was shed, a mark of their strict samurai code. After an hour of fierce fighting, they found Kira hiding in a storage shed, trembling in fear. Oishi approached him calmly and said, "Our master's spirit cannot rest until you are dead." He offered Kira a chance to die with honor by committing seppuku, but Kira refused. So, Oishi took Asano's dagger, the same blade used in his lord's death, and struck Kira's neck in one clean motion. The revenge was complete. The 47 Ronin then marched through the streets of Edo, carrying Kira's severed head to Asano's grave at Sengakuji Temple. There, they washed it carefully, laid it beside their master's tomb, and bowed deeply in silence. Their mission of loyalty was finally fulfilled. The price of honor. When word spread, Japan was stunned. The public saw them as heroes of loyalty and justice, but the law saw them as criminals who had defied the shogunate's authority. The shogun himself faced a dilemma. If he punished them harshly, he'd appear heartless. But if he spared them, he'd be encouraging rebellion. Finally, the verdict came. The 47 Ronin were ordered to die with honor by committing seppuku. One by one, they kneeled, composed, and took their own lives, just as their master had. They were buried side by side at Sengakuji Temple, where even today, people leave incense, coins, and letters thanking them for their unshakable loyalty. Their deaths weren't seen as tragedy. They were celebrated as the ultimate act of Bushido, the samurai code of honor. Legacy of the 47 Ronin. The story of the 47 Ronin became a national legend, told in plays, poems, books, and later films. The famous puppet play and kabuki drama, Chushingura, immortalized their courage, turning the Ronin into symbols of loyalty, sacrifice, and justice. Over the centuries, emperors, generals, and even modern citizens have visited their graves to pay respects. For many Japanese people, this story still represents the highest form of devotion and duty, a belief that loyalty outlives death. But not everyone agrees. Some historians argue that their revenge went against the rule of law, calling it an act of violence disguised as honor. This debate continues even today, where the 47 Ronin heroes of integrity, or fanatics bound by blind loyalty, maybe that's what makes their story so powerful. It forces us to ask, how far would you go for honor? Would you sacrifice your life for a principle? The story of the 47 Ronin isn't just about revenge, it's about faith, patience, and the strength to stand for something greater than yourself. In the end, their blades may have brought death, but their story gave life to one of the most timeless legends ever told. If this story inspired you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves history as much as you do.